Welcome to Quill Sword Blogcast. Democrat Party collapse. How soon? Dang, you're impatient, aren't ya? The reality is that it'll take forever then happen instantly. That doesn't really help, I know. But remember that not just one person is deciding to click the switch. Hundreds will be involved in the leadership decisions as consultants and analysts try to earn their paychecks. Tens of thousands of rank-and-file voters will be making their preferences known, probably loudly and pointedly. Millions of Democrats will hit social media and voting booths. A few smart ones will write real letters, providing the juice that it takes to keep the old Democrat engine running. That adds up to a lot of headless chickens trying to save a drowned duck. It's going to be a while before they realize that the duck is dead, and so are they. The Democrat Party has funding and manpower. It will try to save itself. That will look a lot like CNN's current effort to do the same, and for the same reason. Neither understands voters any longer. They have been pandering to a very small, very select, and more than a little crazy clientele for way too long. The Democrat leadership actually began believing all that nonsense about institutional racism and privilege, equity over equality, gender being undefined, and men being able to fairly compete in sports against women, among a host of other stupid things that they have been spouting for over a decade. If you don't believe in something, you'll believe in everything. So the saying goes. What it amounts to is this mess is a convenient fiction that lets the Democrats blame the voters rather than their own disconnect for their declining political fortunes. It's also massively self-destructing. So how soon? Not soon enough for most of us, and way too soon for them. Okay. My real guess is between 6 months and 3 years. Indicting Trump is insanely stupid. The older neocons are dying out and won't be able to save the Democrats even if they want to, which I am becoming increasingly dubious of. Neocons are survivors, if not the sharpest political tools in the shed. They see the way the wind is blowing, and many will start tacking with the wind. Without the neocons to moderate the more activist Republicans, the Democrats are going to find out very fast that changing the rules to benefit yourselves has a nasty habit of benefiting your opponents in ways you didn't foresee. I personally think that the Republicans won't play by the same rules because they want to preserve the Republic is complete bunk. Playing the actual rules, not the discarded ones, is the only way to win. Think of it this way. You're playing Monopoly with someone who always puts the fines into the center and collects them when landing on free parking. You play strictly by the rules in the rulebook and don't collect the pot when landing on free parking. You're going to lose. Your opponent has a massive advantage that you could use yourself but won't because you want to play by the old rules. The best solution is to agree on the rules beforehand, but sometimes folks don't realize the rules have variations. The game is already in progress. Playing by disadvantaged rules rather than the actual rules is dumb. It's a losing strategy. To win, you play by the same rules as everyone else. To win fairly, you play fairly. By those rules, even if they are stupid. This is part of what the neocons have been doing for the last 2 decades, except that they played to come in second. It's time for the Republican Party to play to win. Party system shifts, which is what we're seeing, don't have to be limited to the collapse of one party. Historically, there have been several cases where both parties collapsed pretty much at the same time. Remember, political times are longer than they appear. If the Republicans choose to come in second, they will collapse just as assuredly. Heck, the Republicans are a much easier party to replace. Trump could start the Patriot Party with nearly no effort, where the Democrats are going to have a long floundering as they collapse. I suspect the Democrat collapse has already begun, but it won't be obvious until it's over. But the theory that the Democrats can survive is just wishful thinking. Democrats have no connection to the normal, everyday, non-crazy voters, even on their own side of the spectrum. They lost ground in the census, and their ability to cheat their way into office is fast declining just from the shift in the Electoral College alone. Conservatives aren't nearly as loyal to the Republican Party as Democrats are to their party. That translates to a grassroots that is taking back the election system no matter what the Republican leadership does. That's not nearly as fast as we'd like, but it's definitely happening. Cheating in the 2020 election sealed the Democrats' fate. Indicting Trump just threw gas on the funeral pyre. A few more stupid stunts like that, and the Democrats won't even last 6 months. On the bright side, the Pink Pride Party won't replace them. Depending on how bad this goes, they may not be replaced from within their own party anyway, but by splinters of the left side of the Republican Party. Democrats have got to regain some sort of centrist base to reform into anything. Almost certainly without pink hair.